Yeah, Benny came to the shop.
Benny the Butcher, to be clear, not Zach Benson.
Butcher coming.
The Benny.
Benny drew the smiley, yeah, so that was dope.
How long until we see a first-round draft pick vlogging their draft experience?
They could easily clear like $2 million a year.
I feel like it's been really similar for the past 20 years, and now it's got more change and turnover than we've ever seen.
I think there's really no better group right now than this team that's in that room that deserves this.
He's a playoff player, dude. We're back.
Yeah, deal with it.
Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of the DISHIN podcast, episode 35.
35 banked. Let's go.
Let's go. First off, thank you to everybody who tuned in to the Nasher episode. That was an awesome episode.
Yeah, really fun. Whole trip was really fun, going out the heat wave, and my first time there, all of our first times. Yeah, so it was really cool. And for Nasher to be able to sit down with him and hear about his story, everything coming up. He worked at Wendy's corporate. That's crazy. Didn't know that. And
That was crazy.
yeah, whole collab was really dope. So
Yeah, but it's been a minute since we've been in the studio. So how you boys doing?
doing good.
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Yeah, let's go.
Sabres on a warpath.
Yeah, man. It's
Yeah.
buzzing.
It's crazy.
I saw Phil, old Lakers coach,
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson had a good quote that said today, a good championship team isn't ready to win until they win 40 before they lose 20. And the Sabres are 40-19
Yeah.
Wow.
since the break.
Yeah.
Or total.
Yeah. 40, 19, and 6, I think, or something like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
I was looking at it the other day. Since December 9th, we've only lost 6 total games or 7 total games,
Mm-hmm.
including overtime.
Yeah. They're playing unbelievable.
So,
Tage hasn't lost in 14 games, even dating back to the
wow.
Olympics, too.
Yeah. I didn't think about that either.
Mm-hmm.
I think every game I've worked to, I think Tage has scored it in every game.
He hasn't he's scored since before the break for us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're getting pretty lucky, honestly.
And not to mention, too, I know we're kind of getting off on a Sabres tangent now, but many guys are stepping up, too.
Oh, yeah.
Playing well right now.
That's the best part, I think, and why it's so reminiscent, I think, of the 05-06 right now is because, you had 3 full lines, and the biggest thing I remember from that 05-06 and then going into that 06-07 is, I think you had, 8-ish guys on the team that had 20-plus goal seasons, in that 06-07 year when we won the President's Cup.
Mm-hmm.
So, your third liners were putting up 20 goals, which is huge. Josh Doan put up 20 goals this season, which is huge. So, I think that's Kevin Adams, baby.
Yeah, that's crazy,
All
dude.
right.
Yeah. But it's cool, going on the NHL app or going on the NHL.com and seeing we're 3-4 points ahead, first in the Atlantic.
Yeah. It's wild. It's literally nothing else to there's no words right now. Filming the game the other day, I worked the Lightning game. Very blessed to be able to work that. It was insane. I captured the game-winning goal, which ended up being Doan's goal, and I looked up at a fan, and both of us just our eyes just widened, and we just both shook our heads at each other and just didn't say anything. It was just unbelievable. The atmosphere was wild. It was just.
That was a dope clip, too.
Yeah, it was.
I like when you shoot from there.
I love
Yeah.
the 300s. The 300s are my favorite.
Yeah.
It's where the real fans are.
That's where you guys shoot the playoffs, too. Just get everything.
Yeah, no, I planned on living up there for most of the playoffs, honestly.
I love it, dude, because fans don't even know what to do. Derek looking at the fan, you guys don't even know what to say.
Yeah.
You have that, or fans just they don't know what to do. They just start yelling out of
Mm-hmm.
nowhere. The Sabres posted that clip of all the fans just going crazy after that game. And then the other night, someone lit a cigarette in the 300 level. That is unreal.
It's awesome. I just love the roar of the crowd before the goal horn. That's my favorite. Dude.
Yes,
it's
dude.
just these
Everyone's
games are just-
everyone's engaged.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just it's amazing.
It's unprecedented. I mean, Nick can probably talk about it too. In last year, you'd be able to shoot anywhere and not have to worry about fans getting in your way of the reactions, for the sellies. And I feel I'm damn near having to pick up my camera and sprint in order to catch the reactions because there's fans just literally everywhere. And it's almost even before the goals too, like you said. They're standing up before the goals are even happening. So.
Yeah.
It's great.
I remember growing up, I was in 114. That's where I just grew up watching games. I sat right on the goal line. So I swear I was the first person in the arena to know the puck was in. Shoot twice zone. Just so many iconic games, dude. It's just the best.
That's a great spot. I mean, there's really no bad spot at
Yeah.
KeyBank, but
It's been wild. It's a wild ride, and
We're back.
yeah, deal with it.
all right. Well, yeah. On to with that. We'll kind of end the Sabres banter on that for a sec. But let's talk a little bit about the Nasher trip. We talked on that episode just about he's really kind of paving the way for hockey players and creators to kind of get out of their comfort zone a little bit and like kind of show them that you don't got to go to the NHL to still be involved in the sport and working in it. So I know like you brought up a good point about him just again really paving that way and making it more normal for guys to want to put themselves out there like NHL players.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were talking, I think William Nylander's like the only guy in the NHL right now that has a YouTube channel, which is crazy to me. But like, let's talk a little bit about that. Like, I'd love to know your perspective on it because you've worked with players. We'll talk about Sam Bennett and all the stuff you've been doing with him too. But I wanted to hear it kind of from like your lens a little bit on what your take is on that.
Yeah, I think what Nylander's doing right now is a pioneer for it. We're going to look back and like, not even that long, maybe like 5 years from now and be like, damn, he was the first one that really put everybody on the scene doing that stuff. And yeah, I think there's so much opportunity for other guys to do the same type of thing. I think sometimes it takes like a special personality or person to do that. But there's just so much day-to-day stuff I think that we see every day that we vlog and document and content. And I mean, to even be able to look back 10 years from now and have all that footage and everything, I think is just so dope. And yeah, what Nylander's doing, I know, having like an inside scoop on some of the stuff of, what goes into his channel and when he's launching and kind of his strategy of the whole thing is cool. But yeah, for other guys, there's just immense opportunity, and I hope that people start to do more of it because, I mean, why wouldn't you? You're a pro hockey player and you live one of the coolest lives. People want to see that and just like everything that goes into it.
You said something to me yesterday about these players, just utilizing their personal brands, and I thought it was a great point. You said like these guys, you said something along the lines of like if these guys did like merch drops, content, built their personal brands, aside from everything that they're getting paid from the sport, they could easily clear like $2 million a year off of merch and their personal brands alone.
But yeah, it's true, bro. I mean, a lot of these players, like they're just, I don't like to say leaving money on the table, but there's like so much more opportunity that they can do.
That's what it was. It was like that leaving money on the table aspect of it.
Yeah, for sure. And there's just like, there's so much viewership. I mean, hockey, we'll talk about this later too, but hockey's at such an interesting place right now, a place that it's never been. It's really unprecedented, with everything going on between Olympics and the Four Nations drive and just where the game is at as a whole.
Even just in a pop culture situation too. I mean, like the heated rivalry stuff was crazy too, just because like, I mean, it's not even a hockey, like it's a hockey adjacent show. Like hockey wasn't the main point of it, but it's around hockey. So like even just like stuff like that, like using hockey as a focal point when it's not really actually about the sport, so to say. So,
right.
But I got a question for you guys real quick about that. How long until we see a first round draft pick vlogging their draft experience?
Oh, that's a great question.
I think a guy would like wear meta glasses as like a start. That'd be pretty dope.
I'm just like thinking like we see it like with Jared McCain and like the NBA, and he got a lot of crap coming into the NBA with that. Even pros were like giving him a lot of shit like for vlogging and stuff. I think he's toned it back a little bit, but he was doing the whole vlogging and TikTok situation going through the draft process, and he's a good basketball player too. So I'm just like curious how long you guys think until we see that.
Not long. I think 3 years maybe. I think the game is, I mean, look how much it's changed in the past 2 years, really. Yeah. It's going to continue to evolve. These players are getting younger. It's just, it's exciting. It's cool to see. The game is really changing. I feel like it's been really similar for the past 20 years, and now it's got more change and turnover than we've ever seen. So
I was going to say around 3-4 years, same thing. I think guys are still kind of getting comfortable that right now, like we said earlier, Nylander is the first NHLer to like really kind of have a YouTube channel, be consistent with it, right? So if more guys start doing what Nylander's doing, I think these up and coming prospects are going to want to do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I would love to see Gavin McKenna. I'd love to see him vlog his experience. I think the whole Penn State thing is just unbelievable. He's really only going to be there 1 year, let's be honest, and then probably right to the show. I would have loved to seen a lot of the behind the scenes of like what went into his jump from juniors to college, and then also his jump from college to the NHL when he eventually makes the league and whoever he gets drafted to. I do remember on Chicklets too, speaking of McKenna, he said he had stopped, he like deleted his Instagram for a little while because of all of the like hot takes and stuff that he would see of his own gameplay on Instagram and X, Facebook, all that stuff. So he was off social media for a while. So I feel like that is kind of like an area though too where we kind of got to keep an eye on too with these guys, because if they're posting, like how are comments going to be? Are they going to be negative? Something to just kind of keep an eye on as this evolves.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's a great point. And there's like, I don't know. Yeah, I think you got as a player. I mean, even Nylander and stuff too, doing that in a market like Toronto. You know, it's so different. And yeah, I think these guys, these younger players more than ever, like roll with those punches more, and they just like don't really care what people say because people are going to talk all the time. But I mean, everything is just this new age of media where players don't really, I mean, they do interviews, but they can just like talk about their experience to a camera and like publish that in their own way that they want to, their own voice is really powerful too. And yeah, McKenna is somewhere I'm really pumped about to see in the league because he has such a story, I think. And I wonder where he's going to go.
Yeah, he's got like you said, interesting story, Western Canada from somewhere. I remember even listening to his interview on the Chicklets pod. He talked about like having to drive and move away at a very young age to play at a high level. So thought that was super interesting. Also, did you guys know that he was like close with Dylan Cousins?
Yeah, I knew that too.
I didn't know
Checks
that.
out
Yeah.
Western Canada stuff. He's gonna go save Calgary.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's kind of a perfect landing spot for him. He would do well there. I mean, I don't know if he wants to go there, but I think it would be a good spot for him.
Sick uniform for him.
Yeah, for sure.
And a little hometown, not hometown, but close. So
Yeah. Wanted to get into a little bit of the Benny's Buddies stuff that you've been doing, Matt. You want to kind of talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Benny's Buddies, we teamed up with Sam Bennett and Cortex, so who we know pretty well. And did a merch drop with proceeds going to the Humane Society in Broward County in Florida. So yeah, got to work with Sam and Zoe and pretty much create a design collection for them that featured the Benny's Buddies logo. And what Benny's Buddies is, it's a charity foundation that helps animals, dogs, cats, and kind of rehabilitates them, gets them new owners and stuff. So yeah, cool to work with them and be able to come up with a collection. And it was really dope. We did hats, shirts, hoodies. We did dog bandanas too, which are really cool. So
That's fire.
it was dope. Me and Benny were just getting some of the final orders out, and yeah, to be able to work with a player like that of his caliber is pretty cool.
And and we talk about all these players wanting to do more stuff with their personal brand. I mean, he has a lot of reach, and I think we saw that with the first drop that you guys did together. So
Yeah.
I thought that was very interesting. I'm sure we'll roll a clip of us and Jay throwing all the boxes and merch into the UPS truck. But
well, I mean,
Yeah.
also it's just I think it was a good movement. Also helped that they won a cup during all of it. Like he was doing, I think it was, I don't know how much money was being donated, but every time Sam Bennett scored last year, it was like X amount of money towards Benny's Buddies. I don't know if the team was matching it or
Whenever Benny scores, he has a IG collab with the Panthers and his foundation,
yeah,
which is awesome.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think it's the Panthers that must give some money
Yeah, I think
towards
they
Benny's
match.
Buddies or
Yeah.
Benny's Buddies whenever he scores or something like that. So
Yeah.
it's nice seeing the teams kind of support that stuff too. Not that like any other team wouldn't, but it seems like they're very supportive of what Sam does and his mission behind all of that. And I know he's like during I think it was both years they won the cup. He was wearing his merch at the celebration parade.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Olympic talk.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
We haven't talked about that since then. Well, I was in Jackson. You were.
Yeah, we haven't been back.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, we did Nasher pod
Mhm.
because out there, but yeah, haven't been able to discuss Olympics.
Wow. Olympics were nuts. I wish we could get a jersey.
I know.
I looked on the site yesterday. They restocked them, but they didn't have any Tage ones, and you can't custom order.
So they're just set X
They
amount of
had
people or whatever
both
they have.
Hughes, both Kachucks, McAvoy.
Give the people what they want.
Yeah, I mean, for one, I thought the entire thing was great for USA Hockey on both the women's and men's. Women's, Benny and I were actually in here. Benny was making skins, and we had the game on in here, and we recorded our reaction, and we were going nuts for that overtime winner. That game was actually so fun to watch. I don't know if you guys got a chance to catch that, but
Yeah.
I watched quite a bit of the women's tournament leading up to those finals, and, man, it was so fast, such good hockey. I mean, it was just a battle between Canada and U.S. for that final game.
Yeah.
I know Benny and I, we started in the print room and then came in here, and we were locked in.
Oh,
on
you
that
watched it in
TV.
here?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We had it. Well, we had it in the print room blasting, because we were bouncing back and forth between the rooms, and then we had it blasting in here too. And I think U.S. had tied it up when we were in the print room, and Benny and I were going nuts in there. Derek was in the print room, but had just walked upstairs as soon as
shit.
they tied it.
Yeah.
So we were like,
Yep.
oh, that was bad timing for Derek to leave. But
I can't remember. I think it was just coming home. So I was coming home from vacation. I think it was when.
yeah,
I watched it on my phone because we were moving and the Wi-Fi was out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, because it was at like 9:30 in
Yeah.
the morning. Yeah.
And then like the men's game. Yeah. like you
Mhm.
said,
Oh, the men's
too.
game, right?
Yeah, the men's game was unbelievable too. You said
Yeah.
wait, you were watching that on your phone too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the game on my phone. You're talking about the women's game?
I was talking about the women's game. Yeah.
You watched that here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice.
Benny
dude.
and I watched that from start to finish. We were.
Nice. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
we were fired
Yeah, the
up for
women's
that.
game. The women's are so exciting, man. Just the fact that was USA Canada too is unbelievable. USA hockey, women's, USA girls hockey in US is in a great spot right now. It's amazing to see. Like these girls are so inspired by it, and like the PWHL is doing so much for it, growth of it, and everything. So
They
Yeah.
just sold out MSG for their
Really?
game. Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, and too during that tournament, Hillary Knight broke a goal record,
Mhm.
which was unbelievable to see, and it was cool seeing all the media stuff that they got to do after, like going on SNL, they're going
They're on late night.
late night,
Yeah.
just all these different things. They're doing the ceremonial puck drops, and then also like all the stuff even with the men too was pretty cool to see, just all the stuff they got to do. So, yeah. Great times for USA Hockey. A lot of, I think this was between, again, the women's and men's. They're
Yeah.
really inspiring a lot of kids to, really do their best and develop.
For sure. Yeah, I love the Olympics.
Yeah.
When's the next Olympic? Where is that one? Next
Another
winter?
4 years? No, 4 years, but it,
Yeah, no, but where is it? The next winter one.
Good question. Very good question. Let me look it up. I know that the next Summer Olympics is in Los
LA.
Angeles in
Yeah.
2028. So
I had the Olympics on.
Don't
every
quote
day.
me. It might be in Salt Lake.
I think you're actually right.
What'd you say? You had the Olympics on a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Why was curling on like all the time?
No, I'm pretty sure the following one after
Oh,
that
yeah.
is possibly. It's in France. It'll be in the French Alps.
Oh, right.
That'll be a
I
good
heard
one.
that too.
Yeah, curling was on a lot.
Because there's so many matches, and then they do like there's triples, and then there's doubles, and then there's mixed triples, mixed doubles, and like it also is like I think they play like a round robin tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just a lot of matches in general. And it's
I love
kinda-
it though. When else are you gonna get to watch curling?
Not unless you pay for something specific, probably. So I would say this is probably one of the only times.
Uh huh.
Dude, I love how they're mic'd up too. And the guy from Team Canada was getting into it with I think someone from Team Sweden. He's like you could fuck off or something. Like I don't
Yeah.
like. He's
Oh,
like, we'll
he-
watch the video again. We'll watch.
He
the
was
video.
he pushed the side of the stone with
Mhm.
his finger, and they were calling them out for it, and they ended up winning gold, which
Wow.
kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. Nick and I were on set for the men's game and got our reactions recorded, which was pretty crazy. It was didn't get to watch much of the game, honestly. Like, we were just unfortunately just running around like crazy. It was a very chaotic set that day, and just like the timing of it was really bad, obviously. But got to watch the overtime, and we paused the whole production for overtime, and we were like, all right, we'll be here until this is done.
Mhm.
Luckily, we knew it was only going to be like 5-10 minutes max. Like, there was no way that no one was going to score
Yeah.
that fast with those
3-on-3
those two.
overtime in the Olympics is wow.
That
Yeah.
was such a fast, like,
With those
puck
guys,
movement.
with
like,
those guys too, like it happens. It's so fast. It's so
Mhm.
easy.
It could have gone either way, literally.
Yeah,
And the fact it went our way, it's huge.
it is huge. Huge for the program, huge for USA Hockey and what's to come. You know, and these kids now are getting better and better. Like, it's going to be fun to watch the younger core group come up.
Mm-hmm.
And this was also sick because this is the first time we really saw a lot of those guys playing against each other at the highest of high stages.
Mhm.
You got like Matthews, McDavid going against one another, McKinnon in the mix. Really felt bad for Crosby, man. As soon as that hit happened, the injury,
Yeah.
I knew didn't look good.
Yeah.
Even though probably maybe it was better for us that he wasn't playing in that final game, but at the same time, you don't want to see that.
2 years from now, we'll have the World Cup of Hockey.
Yeah.
Which will be back.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
we'll have
always a fun one.
best on best every 2 years now.
Yeah, you wanna introduce it? The
Yeah.
show and tell. We haven't done a show and tell in a while.
Yeah, Benny came to the shop. It was really dope. First time he's ever been here. Came through with Jake and his manager and his crew too. So got to throw in the shop, check it out, kind of chop it up, some different ideas and stuff that we're talking through. And yeah, just dropped off this jersey. So shout out to Jake for dropping this off. BSF Customs, super dope. So 716. I think it's the group jersey now because we got one of them. So
Yeah.
Benny the Butcher, to be clear, not Zach Benson. We need to
Yes.
clarify.
Benny
Yes.
the Butcher.
The butcher coming.
The Benny.
Yeah, that was sick. They like randomly pulled up during the Tampa Buffalo game.
Yeah.
So Matt and I were watching the third period in the shop with Benny. So we'll forever remember that game as the Benny game.
Mm-hmm.
Was he going crazy for that? I mean, the third period was kind of quiet. It wasn't like as crazy as the first two.
What did he
but-
say when Carey scored? He's like, "Oh, the new guy."
Yeah, he's like, the new, the little guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, Carrick's not that little. But yeah, he's a new guy too. So
Yeah, it was dope. See him come through and had to get him a bunch of new air stuff, everything else that he copped too, and just it's dope in here because it's like a little gallery. So for him to be able to see some of the stuff, projects we've done, just kind of gets the gears going a little bit. So yeah, excited about that. Really dope. We got Benny here and got to chat with him through the whole thing.
Yeah, it was sick. And we had him draw Smiley, which I thought was,
Yes.
that was legendary.
Yeah. Benny drew the smiley, yeah. So you filmed the whole thing. That was dope. But and then he drew it and then he looked back and he's like looking at it like, damn, did I put those eyes a little bit high or what?
Yeah. It was so
Crazy.
funny though. And then Nasher drew the Smiley when we were there, so like it's fun seeing how people
Yeah.
draw Smiley.
Yeah, and then Jake came back and did his too. So the binder's getting pretty full. We'll have to go through and lay them all out one day and rank the best ones.
Did you guys do a jersey swap?
Technically, we did because we did the wear jersey.
You
How
guys
about
should
that pic of Benny's holding up the mask?
Oh
You guys should have done the official
That would've been
the
awesome.
NFL jersey swap.
Well, Jake dropped this off yesterday. This wasn't the same day that
okay.
Benny
I thought
came.
you guys got that on Sunday.
Yeah, nah.
That would have been great.
That
if you
would've
could
been
have done
awesome.
the NFL jersey swap.
That would
Tarps
have
off.
been great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But yeah, speaking of like hockey and stuff, Derek, I got this email. I shared it with Matt. I was gonna wait for the podcast, but I'm gonna send you this quick.
All right.
You don't need to say who it's from or anything. I just want to get your
Read it, live reaction.
yeah.
Just read it,
Okay.
but nothing said.
So I don't even know if we're gonna put this up on the screen. Maybe we can talk about it like on the next episode if it comes to fruition. But yeah, I'll just let you read it.
I went to Dave and Adams yesterday.
Oh, you
for the
did?
first time. It's sick in there,
Dude, it's unreal.
It's huge. Fucking awesome though. It was
They
It
have
was
a
cool.
lot. They got a lot of shit.
Yeah, they do, man. The helmets they had, the jerseys alone, everything signed. It was dope. We should do something with them.
We should, and the merch too.
Yeah,
This is fucking nuts.
yeah,
This
Sounds
is
sick.
crazy.
yeah. Need to borrow my piano?
It's go time.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. But I wanted to ask you guys though too. With the Sabres possibly clinching a playoff spot in the next few weeks here, what are
Say that
your
again.
guys' thoughts on that? I mean, we're in our childhood last time we saw them in the playoffs. So like, how do you guys feel about that? Like, what are you hyped about, and what do you remember from the old days? And yeah, I don't even know what to think.
I was trying to just find, like, I went through my old Facebook pictures, honestly, to see if I have any photos from, like, Party in the Plaza from, like, way back. There's just a picture of me and my friend TJ in green suits at the Sabres game from 2010. I found it. It's got the official, like a photographer took a photo of us. It's got the word mark, like the watermark across this. It says 2010 on it. So, yeah, that was, I think, and was that the last time that they...
2011, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, 2010 going into 2011. So, yeah.
That's a crazy. Yeah.
I had a Tyler Myers jersey on, so...
Gotta find that pic.
Yeah, we'll drop it in here. I've got it.
That's the crazy thing about sports and year after year is just you never know. And looking back, 2011, who would have thought we've gone 14 years without making the playoffs? So every year is special. And I think when you have a bond to the team, like how we do to the Sabres, it's extra special. And yeah, this feeling is a feeling that a lot of people have never experienced before. It's people that did experience it, haven't felt it in a very long time. So the story that there is to tell there, I think, is remarkable, and it's going to hit a lot of people in different ways. And that's what I'm most excited about, because the players on this team they've heard about the past and like the fans. We went through hell for a while, bro. Honestly, everybody did.
Mhm.
And now the fact that this team has an opportunity to rewrite that and to bring that feeling back to the city with Lindy at the helm and everything going on now, and it's not even like we're gonna get in. It's like, dude, we're in fucking first place. So
Yeah.
this is incredible. It's a really fun time to be a Sabres fan, and I'm fired up for the city.
I am too. I know, like when we've talked to like the younger guys who've been involved with the brand, and like some of the stuff that they remember is like the 10-game win streak a few years ago, and that's kind of it. Like where our generation, we remember like the Briere goal, like the Campbell hit, the Pominville goal, the Drury goal against the Rangers. Like there's so many memories. Like like you said, like we know that feeling, we felt it, but to now be able to feel that again in our adult years, I think is going to be unbelievable. And I think there's really no better group right now than this team that's in that room that deserves this. And these guys have all worked so hard to get to this point. Even the new guys that came in, in the past like couple seasons, like they've been there. A guy like Dahlin, I'm super happy for. I think with everything that he has gone through this year, and just even from the time he got drafted, I think he's worked extremely hard to get to this point. He's been a tremendous leader for these guys through and through, and it's going to be really cool to see just him play in a playoff game.
Yeah.
And hopefully they make a run. I'm excited for it, man.
He's a playoff player, dude.
Mhm.
He's like the playoff guy. I threw that pick up the other day of him being a gladiator, because he just, dude, did you see him after postgame after that Tampa game? He was just cut and gashed, and it's just like, this dude's been through it, man. That's what I'm saying. Just these guys, it's cool to see that they're being rewarded for hard work, and they're built for it. So strap in.
And for the longest time, I mean, it's been Bills, Buffalo Bills, Buffalo Bills. Well, we have a hockey team here too. Like, can we talk about that for a second? Like, you got a guy, Tage Thompson, who's got 30-plus goals this year, had an unbelievable year last year and the year before that, just won a gold medal. Like, let's talk about that more. Let's talk about Dahlin, his story. Like, Doan, another guy coming in off the Paterka trade, like, just hit 20 goal mark. Like, these guys are for real.
Yeah.
Put it in perspective. You and I are Facebook Marketplace hounds, and we find jerseys all the time. They're taxing the hell out of Sabres jerseys right now. I found a Drury jersey for $350 last night on Facebook Marketplace. Those things were $150 maybe.
It's a new world we live in now,
Yeah.
dude. I used to, people used to call me like, "Yo, I can't go to the game." It's like 20 minutes before the game started. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll go."
Yeah.
I went to a lot of games, and it's not.
Not gonna happen.
I'm going to
now.
every game now, but like it's harder to get tickets.
Yeah, you're not gonna be
You
able to
know?
get them as easy.
The
Honestly,
well's running dry.
to put it in like the other day, so the 10th was the 4-year on my Snapchat memories. It was like 3 or 4 years ago was the Eichel like first game back, and there was a video of us sitting in the 200s, and we're on the glass of the 200s. Like to put that in perspective of like how dead it was. Like we were sitting on the glass of the 200s. There was no one there, and then later on in the game, we're down near your section. So, like, we were moving around the arena. That's how, like, empty it basically was. And that was a big game for the team at the time. So,
I'd argue that was probably the biggest game since that Tampa game a couple nights ago.
yeah. I mean, regular season-wise,
Yeah.
there's, I mean, we haven't had a ton of, like, regular season moments to, like, play for necessarily besides, like, end of the 2023 season where we almost made it in, but like
Yeah.
there really hasn't been too many like all right, we got to circle this one on the calendar. Like we've already got one of those coming up. It's April 6th again against Tampa. So
That's here.
That's here, yeah.
Let's go.
Yep,
If you don't have tickets, you might want to get them now.
they're probably already sold out.
And if they are sold out, and you maybe find something on StubHub, they're going to be up. So, and if
What
you
a
got
time.
Yeah, what a time. I was going to say, if you don't have seasons, or if you do have seasons, don't sell the tickets.
That's another good point. Is like the Leafs game coming up. Like let's get, and that'll I think naturally change. And I kind of love those games, and it's like not a 50-50 split, but it's like you get a few Leafs or Habs fans in there, and it's just it's fun.
Yeah, I heard somewhere that they were trying to put a restriction on Canadians buying tickets.
Yeah, they
to
should
games.
cap it at probably like I don't know if 20% is high, probably less than that even, but they
Yeah.
should do that.
Yeah, honestly. Well, the boys are a wagon.
Let's go.
But yeah, anything else we want to get into here?
I don't think so. To that point too. Some really dope collabs coming up. Big one again on March 25th. We're shooting all the content on the 16th, which will probably already be passed by now. So yeah, let's get it. It's gonna be fun, man. The story that we told from the first Sabres video is by far my favorite one that we've ever done. Just with it being the team and just everything that went into it, the lead up to all that, and yeah, I think we're gonna be able to replicate that again soon. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of DMs too about a restock for that drop. When is the next one coming out? Where can I find this stuff? Stay tuned.
Wait on it.
Wait on it. It's coming.
Yeah. But yeah, boys. Anything else? I think we're
I think that's it.
yeah.
Let's go.
Epi 35. Go Sabes.
Go Sabes.
Go Sabres.